What's going on, guys? Josh Skinner here one more time with uncagedfighter.com, uncagedfitness.net, and lingkongjing.com. We're getting back to our Lingkongjing series. Today we're going to continue with Empty Force A, as Paul Dong describes it. We're going to go over the last few exercises. There are a couple other projection exercises. There's a couple stances we need to go over, and finally there's a closing drill we need to go over. So last time we looked at the projecting into the earth and projecting into the sky exercises. The next one we're going to do is projecting to the left and to the right. Projecting to the left and to the right. So we're going to go over those now. These are actually really, really simple drills. You're going to get into kind of a modified Santi posture stance if you're familiar with Sheng Yi. If not, I'll go ahead and describe it. So if I'm going to be projecting to my left, okay, we'll start off with my left side. This foot basically stays where it is. This foot's going to kind of point at whatever my target is. Okay? I'm going to kind of strive to achieve that flat back posture that we talked about in the double weighted postures. You know, we're trying to go for that flat back. Okay, so I want to try to do that as well in this posture. All right, I want to try to tuck my butt under, roll my shoulders slightly, crown of my head, strings being pulled up, or stretching the spine, just like that. So we want to have that kind of posture in the spine. The feet, again, I've got one that's cocked at a 90-degree angle, one that's pointed forward towards my target. Now, my hands, okay, so we're here, I'm in posture. My hands, first hand is going to be pointed out at my target. Next hand is up. I've got my upper arm, lower arm, parallel to the ground, basically. Both sets of fingers are pointed out at the target. And I'm going to imagine as though I am sending chi, extending chi, projecting my chi at my target. Now, how you envision this happening is completely up to you. You can go with Paul Dong's suggestion of chi bullets, which is, I just feel silly saying that. You can go with lightning, lasers, whatever, however you want to envision that occurring. The trick was, I was always taught to not project at your target, but to project through your target. That would increase the efficacy of your empty force. Okay? So we're here. I'm going to project at you guys sitting at home. Send a little bit of chi your way. All right, this is kind of how it looks from the front and from the other side. Okay? So this is project to the left. This is how it looks. Now project to the right, obviously, we're just going to reverse everything. Okay? And we're going to project to the right. Okay, we're just going to extend that chi, going to send that chi out at whatever target. We can have an imaginary target. Okay? And that's what it looks like. Now, in the book, Paul Dong, I believe, recommends doing this one for about 12 seconds each side. You know, it's that's the only time I've ever heard about any sort of time recommendations for that drill. During my time with Charles Darragh, I was never instructed on a particular set amount of time to do that exercise. Okay, so the next exercise, this one has to do with a dummy. So real quick, we're going to use some movie magic, and we're going to go find ourselves a dummy. Oh look, we found a dummy. Okay, so the next exercise, as part of Empty Force A, we need to utilize a dummy. Okay, this is another projection drill. This is called the sweeping chi drill. Okay, now how we're going to do this? We're going to kind of set up our feet just like in feet and spine and everything, just like in the projection to the left and right posture. okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mind on my target here, okay? And I'm going to kind of gather my chi up in my hands. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of extend it underneath my target. So, and I'm going to imagine the chi goes up under the target, and is actually going to kind of knock him back, knock him off balance. So the drill and it's almost like I've got my fingers have extended, with the energy, and they're coming up under the opponent. They're disturbing his root, and it's knocking him back. Okay, that is that's the actual drill. All right. So moving along again, there's no hard and fast rules how many repetitions you need to do for that drill. So I'll kind of leave it up to you, the viewer. How many repetitions you need to perform. The next drill, and again, we're going to use a dummy. I feel like this drill is actually best with a dummy, but this is actually one of the most important Ling Jing exercises there are. This is probably one of the most valuable skill sets from the entire system. And this is called alert posture, or developing a sense of enemy. And what it is, and I'll give you the posture and then we'll talk about the visualization. So again, just like projecting to the left and the right, and you can work both sides with this one, okay? We got our projection posture, very similar, just we change our hand, okay? So it's almost, this is my stance here, okay? And so you can do the other side as well. This is kind of how it would look from the rear, right? So either or, okay, so this is the stance. Very, very similar to the projection stance, but we're here, okay? The visualization, all right, and this is key. We're going to imagine that this guy, our opponent, is trying to kill us. He is trying to take our life. And we are preparing for the fight of our lives, okay? And you really have to work that up inside yourself mentally. Really, really get ready for having this fight of your life. This guy is really going to kill you. He's really going to hurt you and everyone you love, okay? And you need to build that concept up in your mind, okay? And really, really, really just feel all the emotions, everything that goes along with that idea of this person is really trying to harm you, and they potentially could harm you. What that does is, I feel like for people who are involved in martial arts, people who are fighters, this is a very, very good drill for getting yourself into the right kind of mindset you need if you're training for some sort of future self-defense, if it's from a self-defense standpoint, right? And you're really training to get into that mindset. It's really, really very easy to just kind of go through the motions of a technique, and just work a technique, right? But when you can really feel, you can get in your head the types of emotions that you're going to experience should your life actually be in danger. If you can kind of pull that up on the fly and you get good at that, everything you do becomes much more realistic. And that is, I think, really one of the most important aspects of this drill. And it's really why I think that this drill is the most important drill in the entire system. Because it is hugely valuable, hugely valuable. If you can build that sense of enemy, here, standing, throwing, dunning, you can do it while you're shadowboxing. You can do it while you're working feeding drills with your partner, okay? It can carry over to your entire martial arts training. So really, we really want to work on this one, that developing a sense of enemy, all right? Now, if you're not super into this posture, you don't have to do it with this posture. You can just kind of get like a Muay Thai boxing stance, kickboxing stance, whatever your fighting style stance is. Get in there and just sit in front of a heavy bag and really, really get used to developing that sense of enemy like you're just about to have the fight of your life, okay? In the book, however, Paul Dong goes on to say, after you've been working on this developing a sense of enemy for about 5 minutes, you're going to shout and project your chi out at the dummy forcefully, kind of like a qigong. He gives the word hey, like hey, okay? I just prefer like a general, like a kind of qigong. There's a sound I make when I punch and kick. That's generally what I use, and so that's what you'll hear on the video. So we're in our alert stance. We've been practicing this. We've got that built up in our mind. We've been going for about 5 minutes. And then we're ready to shout down our opponent. We're ready to attack him forcefully with all of our chi. Okay? So I'm in my stance. And what we're going to do as we shout, you're going to project your hands out into that projection posture. So you're going to go here to here, basically throwing the chi, I guess, is the mindset behind this. So we're here, we're projecting, and then, and that's the drill. That is the alert posture, developing a sense of energy, and then throwing the chi at the dummy drill. And that pretty much, that's the rest of Lin Kong Jing A. Next time we'll be going over Lin Kong Jing B, which is more of, it was always explained that it's kind of developing a sharper type of chi that's good for like attacking pressure points and stuff like that. So that's what we'll go over, and the drills, you'll see the drills, they'll kind of bear that out. But before we go, one thing I want to go over is the basic closing exercise. So anytime you're doing Lin Kong Jing work, you should always close out with this brief little qigong exercise, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe in, use Buddha style breathing, tongue to the roof of my mouth, in the nose, out the nose. As I breathe in, abdomen expands. As I breathe out, abdomen contracts. Now, as I breathe in, my hands are going to reach up. And as I exhale, down. So 3 repetitions. Then I'm going to rub my hands together vigorously until they become warm. I'm going to wipe my face 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And wipe my torso 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. Right hand. 1, 2, 3. Left leg. 1, 2, 3. Right leg. 1, 2, 3. Pat down. Left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the closing exercise. Kind of that slapping does liven up your nervous system a good bit. For years, any type of qigong, it has become so commonplace for me. I always close with this drill. That kind of reaching this cloud, gathering clouds, pushing it down, right? And 3 repetitions of this, and then the self-massage and the slapping drill. Okay, and that's gonna. Anytime you're doing any sort of Lin Kong Jing work, you want to close out with that. So I know this is kind of a quick video. Did a lot of content. So go back and re-watch it if you need to. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We got a lot more coming. Obviously, I'm doing the Muay Thai 101 stuff. Probably going to be doing some workouts of the day coming up pretty soon. So we got a lot of stuff coming on this channel. So yeah, looking forward to getting. If you like what we're doing. You can definitely look forward to more content coming in the future. So thank you guys very much and have a good one.